I was promised an 8-foot table and a 4-foot table, but I have a 6-foot and a 4-foot, which is not what I paid for. But at least I got the corner. But they got the full 8-foot table, and it's wider. So every inch matters. Baby, don't you wait on me. I don't have a proper enamel pin display, so I need to do some improv. But my idea is that I would just take one of these as a sample, unclip these, and just stab through this like plastic panel, and then connect it so it stands up. So we'll see how this goes. If we stay in the same place, we could lose what we came. This is probably not where I'm gonna put it, but I think it looks pretty decent because each of the pins have their own backing cards, so yeah. Okay, so just doing a little bit of reorg. I have all the shirts and apparel in one suitcase just so it's easier to access and it's more like condensed down. And I'll just put the totes on top because those tend to sell a little bit better. And then on this side we have all the hoodies. All I have left are XL and 2XL. That's it. Like, I'm so close to selling out, but these are the last sizes I have. And then I will zip this up and then we'll just scooch it under the table, so then that way we can get to it without it being in anyone's way. Another improv moment where the idea is to take these command hooks and attach the washi tape on top, so this part can still be self-serve, but people can take this off for purchase. But now I just need to kind of map out how many I can fit on here. Baby, don't you okay, hopefully this works. Oh yeah.
I'm free. Oh, Reagan. Oh, that's Reagan.
Like this. And then I'll probably replace this bottom one so that the washi tape goes under the enamel pins. Like this. Friend. This person's name is Katie. It's her first convention and she's going around giving out these little friendship bracelets. So Rose City Comic Con. That is so cute. And it has like these little snacks and a little note and then where she's located. So I'm definitely gonna stop by later, but thank you so much, Katie. That is the sweetest thing ever. Oh my gosh, I was not this thoughtful when I was doing my first convention, that's for sure. So much.
Best donut in the world.
Oh my god. I was just asked to sign this sticker book by another vendor who buys stickers from artists and then has them sign it, and it's giving yearbook, but oh my god, it's so cute. I love it. And I like kind of flipped through the other pages and I saw some of my other friends like stickers in here, but it's so cute. I love this idea. Here's my entry. I was just handed these little trinkets on keychains. So she's dressed as Chihiro, and anyone who has Studio Ghibli art, she's giving these little knickknacks to, and it's so cute.
Nick, do you want to try some crowd?
Sold out. Sold out. I got my friend to go to a farmer's market to pick up these amazing giant lush berries. I'm just gonna pack some of them away so I can give them to Julianne, who I'm meeting later for lunch today. Just give her a little carton of them. I think she'll really like it. Hello. Okay, so let's talk numbers. For Rose City Comic Con, for my corner spot and 2 tables, I paid $450. So that was the table fee. Flight for me from from Phoenix to PDX was about $300. Parking at the airport was $70. Miscellaneous Ubers came out to be $107.67, including the tip. And then food for the whole weekend for me, my helper, and then my friend here and there came out to be $279.75. So the total cost for this convention for me was $1,207.42. So about $1,200 in expenses, which lines up with how much expenses were for me in Seattle as well. So when I have a place to stay, like with a friend or something, I can easily save about $500 or so if a night costs anywhere from $150 to $200 a night, plus the miscellaneous like hotel fees and whatnot. So I can probably save about $500, but my friends typically live farther away from where the convention is, so I will need to Uber to there, which is where the $100 of Uber fees comes from. So it's kind of like you can pay extra for the convenience of walking back and forth from a venue to your place of stay, or if you happen to have a friend and then you're willing to spend on Ubers to get from the house to the venue. But for me, I love staying with my friends if they are welcoming and down to like host me. So it's always been worth it to me to pay the extra $107, about $100 for the whole weekend in Uber fees. It also depends on the city, but Portland for one way here and there usually comes out to be about $15, including tips. So yeah, that's kind of the cost of what it takes to travel to a convention if you have a place to stay. If you do not have a place to stay, I would add an additional about $500 or $600 for that hotel. So if I didn't have a friend in town, I think that my expenses would have been closer to $1,700 or $1,800 in expenses. So that's kind of the baseline of what it costs to be a traveling artist when you want to go to different conventions. So unless you can confidently think like, hey, I think throughout the whole weekend I'm going to make at least $2,000, is that going to be worth it to you? Is the couple hundred in profit going to be worth the experience to do that? Versus if you want to turn this into a whole career, you have to be confident that you will be able to make in excess of that. So every artist is different. So if someone wants to break even, they're just new in the game, that's great. That's a great place to be if you can break even. But when you're further along, like, you know, to support your lifestyle, of course you're going to have to make more than that. So running a business, this is running a business. Being a traveling artist is running a business. You have to be smart with your decisions and know who your demographic is. So I predominantly do better in anime-based conventions because my drawing style is more Eastern-based aesthetic and more like aligned with like anime drawings. So I tend to do better at those conventions. Even though there was a lot of anime content, I think it's primarily supposed to cater towards Western pop culture. And that's totally fine. And that's probably where I may or may not have succeeded with this convention. It was a bit slower overall, and I would say that I would come back next year, but what I walked away with at the end of this convention, kind of aligned with Seattle, may not have been worth it for the labor of me and my partner for the whole weekend. I would go back for one more year, but if it's still kind of the same pace and I don't feel like I align with the audience as heavily, I would drop it from my event roster. But I would love to apply again for next year, see how that turnout is. It could be issues with my display too. Like there are some changes that I've noticed that I want to adjust for. So we'll see about all that. I would give it another shot. Portland is a beautiful city and has amazing food in like the nooks and crannies of downtown. I was very impressed, especially with the Asian food out there. I had a fun time personally, but from a financial perspective, it was not my most lucrative event. I just wanted to paint a very realistic picture of expenses of what it costs to be a traveling artist when you are going from city to city to these events to try to make money. But yeah, so thank you so much for joining me in Portland, and I'm so excited to take you on the next adventure. Bye!